everyone, welcome back to What's On. I am Kobi, and today I am once again joined by my great co-host, Harry.
Hello, that's me. I'm Harry. Hi.
Yeah, and it's nice to have you back, Harry, because it's actually
Thank you.
your first video for Series 3, if I believe.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, it's kind of funny actually, it's kind of weird, because we had this entire plan set out at the start of the series where we had some videos planned to do together, and a bit of context for everyone. We actually did record a video together end of last year, a Doctor Who video, and it was meant to be tied in with the 15th anniversary of the revival series, I think. Well, off the spot of my head, I'm not in my Doctor Who mindset, so I can't remember. But it was Doctor Who anniversary based, and we recorded and everything. But what happened was that it was filmed before the first trailer for Series 12 came out, so we didn't know that the series was going to air in the early part of the year. So when all that started gaining traction, we thought, oh yeah, this would be a bit awkward to release a video where we don't acknowledge Series 12, especially when it's going to be released at a point where it would have already aired, and people would probably be asking, why didn't you mention Series 12 if it was good or bad? Which, we won't get into that. But yeah, so that aside that video, you haven't really done anything on the channel because we've all been busy.
Yeah, I've been at uni.
Yeah, you going good though?
Yeah, it's going good.
Cool. But yeah, you're here now. That's something. And yeah, this is going to be an interesting one because this is actually a movie that you consider to be quite a favourite of yours.
Yeah, this is one of my sort of apart from Harry Potter, obviously, this is my sort of big thing that I'm into. So I know I'm sort of like obsessed with it a bit. I've got lots of merchandise, and I've been to lots of the locations in London, and stuff like that. Yeah, but I'll talk about it when we watch it. I'll talk about some of the some of the things I've got and stuff I've done. Yeah, this is a big one for me. I think my criteria for good things I'm into is if they have the word Harry in it. So like Harry Potter, Harry, and then the main character in this is Harry Hart. So I don't know. I might just be a bit biased.
So I have to keep an eye out for a movie that has a Harry character in it. You might like it. Okay, so yeah, Kingsman: The Secret Service. This is going to be quite a fun film because I remember seeing this movie when it came out. It was a lot of fun. Can't say much about the sequel, but that's probably going to be another episode for another day. But in the now, let's get back and watch this movie. So, pro routine as usual on the count of 3, and then I'll say go.
I think on go, then you press it. Press play.
Yeah, on go, we can all press play and watch it together. Okay, so are you ready, Harry?
I'm ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Lovely.
Fox. You know,
they're Disney now, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah. Good or bad, yeah, you can't deny there's some good out there. There might be some bad in the long run, but...
Well, I don't think so. I don't think they're going to, like... The point of Disney owning everything now is like it's not that they're getting rid of everything. It's just now everything is theirs to do whatever they want with. So, hopefully, I think it's mostly going to be some good stuff.
I hope so. Then again, we've got the Marvel universe back together now because of them. So
yeah,
let's hope. Is Marv the same? Did they?
I didn't realise what Marv was until I've seen this. Like the first time I saw this, I was like, what the bloody hell is Marv?
Yeah, I think they did produce First Class or something.
Oh yeah, because it's all Matthew Vaughn, isn't it? Is that his name? Yeah.
Yeah.
This when I watched this for the first time, I was just smiling. Like I was like, this is wicked. It's like the British Secret Service, and then like English rock. Yeah, it's such a good intro.
Yeah, the music gets you interested and excited. It's almost very upbeat. You can't deny this intro almost kind of reminds me of a video game intro or an animated film intro.
It does look a bit game-like. It doesn't look as realistic as you'd expect, but I think that's sort of lots of stuff in Kingsman doesn't look too realistic. But it doesn't take away from the movie though. Like that's clearly a CGI wall, isn't it? I think I saw when this movie came out. I was so obsessed with it. I saw it like I think 5 times in the cinema.
Oh, what a guy. You gotta also commend how they can easily make a scene become serious all of a sudden.
Mm.
It's a great way to start the story off, really. Especially in regards to this being an origin story for Eggsy.
The way this kid says Eggsy is really funny. I didn't realize that it was his name. Like when he says Eggsy, I'm like he says like Eggsy. Okay, so this is one of the things that I've um, uh, done in real life, which is sort of like Kingsman. So when the Blu-ray for Kingsman came out, I was sort of like looking on Twitter to see if there's anything happening like because of it, and like there was a scavenger hunt around London, so that you go to find people dressed up as Kingsman agents, like proper suits and everything, and so you go up to them and then you say "Man is maketh man,"
Oh.
which is pretty cool, and then like they give you a pin and a phone number. So then you go around all the places in London trying to sort of seeing where they all are and taking pictures and stuff. But then when you phone up the number, and then you say Oxford's not brogues, and I was like, "Oh, this is so cool." So you say that, and then it's sort of just like how it happens in the movie. And then they you tell them your address, and they send me a signed copy of the Kingsman Blu-ray, signed by Taron Egerton.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
That's, that's quite a setup.
Yeah, I love the music in this.
Yeah, again, there's so much in this movie to
Who's
enjoy.
done the music? Do you know who did the music for this one? It's the same person who did First Class, and I love the First Class soundtrack.
Ah, poor Mark Hamill.
Did you know? This is a lovely little fact. In the actual like graphic novel that Kingsman is based off of, Mark Hamill's in it as Mark Hamill.
Oh really?
They rang up Mark Hamill and said, "Can we use your likeness in this comic?" And they were like, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah." So how you know how the plot of this is? They have to. There's a bunch of celebrities going missing. He's one of the celebrities that goes missing.
Oh, wow.
So it's like real Mark Hamill. And then in this scene where the Kingsman agent comes to rescue him, they go on like a what's that thing called? Like a sled, a motorized ski thing.
A ski bike. Just call it.
Yeah, one of those ones. Yeah, it was one of those, and he was on the back of it, and they fell off a cliff, and they both died. So, that's what happens in the book, in the graphic novel. I find his suit really weird, because like his suit doesn't match with any of the other like suits that the Kingsman agents wear, because it's like a different material and a different like it's a 3-piece suit, which none of them have. It's a weird color. It's like green. I don't understand why.
Yeah, maybe you could argue he was just trying to blend in with a party or something. Just being a very gentleman guy. Plus, he looks like a James Bond. Oh, that's good. And you got to commend all these henchmen. They had the bald head that look.
Yeah.
Here's a bit of trivia for you. That drink he's having, that's actually the same. It's very. I just read on the trivia for IMDb, but that. Oh wow, what a way to go! But yeah, that whiskey is actually also used in Skyfall.
In which
So
bit?
yeah, sorry.
In which part of Skyfall?
Yeah, there's a scene in Skyfall where Bond drinks an expensive drink of whiskey or something, and it's the same brand in this film.
Oh.
So I guess for any whiskey lovers out there, it's hit in two prominent movies.
It looks like The Thing.
Again, a clever way of making your henchmen stand out, and it's also borrowing from the Bond roster of give your henchmen a unique weapon.
Yeah, and in the I don't know why they changed it, but in the comics, it's instead of a small where's this lady from?
I can't
Is it
remember.
like it's like Spanish. I don't know. Instead of a small lady, it's a big black man with the legs. So I don't know why they
Oh,
changed it, but
no,
and I don't remember who the main villain was either. But it was sort of it wasn't like it wasn't Valentine. I don't think in the comics in the
yeah,
graphic novel.
yeah. I haven't really looked into it too much, but apparently the graphic novel is only. It's not too heavily. I mean, there's clearly parallels in the story, but it's not as much as what we see in this film,
Hmm.
which I think is a good thing because sometimes when you're adapting graphic novel stories, it's good to make changes here and there.
But also, the
Especially,
person who wrote the graphic novel was on the I think wrote the movie as well. So like, it's not like they completely changed it and then butchered someone else's view. It's the same dude just doing it again. So
hmm,
so I like that. Yeah, I know what you mean
yeah,
about
we've been there.
changing the graphic
Well,
novel.
I've been
Yeah,
outside
yeah.
there. But did you actually go in
Many
there once?
I've been in there many times. Many times. It's not actually the inside of that is different. Like that's not what the inside looks like. I think that's a set or a different place entirely because it doesn't look like that from the inside.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can't remember what it was called, but I remember seeing an advertisement for a movie. No, not a movie. Sorry, it was a game. And sorry, hold on. Good morning, gentlemen. We are your knights of the round table.
I if I was to make in the next one, what I would do is instead of having that table, I would actually have a round table. If they're still going with the Knights of the Round Table thing, because like they've got a rectangular table, so have a round
Yeah.
one. It's very so
Well,
easy. So that's what I do in the next one if I could. Michael Caine is such. He's one of my favourite actors. I love Michael Caine.
he's in a lot of stuff now, good and bad. You
Well,
can't.
I mean, nowadays he's mostly just in good stuff. He's mostly just doing what's his name, Nolan stuff. I think he's
yeah.
in he's in every single of Nolan's most recent movies. Like he's even in Dunkirk, but like you don't realize he's in Dunkirk because he's the voice of the person talking to the pilots.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I still need to watch that movie.
you haven't seen Dunkirk?
Nah.
No, it's amazing.
Yeah, I haven't seen a Christopher Nolan film since in cinemas really since The Dark Knight Rises, and the last one I do remember watching was Inception, and that was like 4 years ago.
No, Inception was before Dark Knight Rising.
Oh yeah, Inception was after Dark Knight, so
Was it?
2010 I think.
Yeah,
So,
after Dark Knight, but before Dark Knight Rising.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the last one I remember seeing recently at least.
Uh,
But yeah, so what was I saying? What was I saying before? Oh yeah, I saw this video game for I think it was Watch Dogs 3 or something,
oh
and
yeah.
there's a scene in the game trailer where you see when you see this guy go into a bar, and the trailer ends with him walking out of the bar into this great panning shot of London, and you see Big Ben in the corner, and from how it was shot and where it was set, it looked like it was just outside of Big Ben. And I thought, oh, that's cool. I never knew there was a pub literally outside of Big Ben. I should go and visit that place. So I actually went to that place, and I found out that doesn't exist. It's just a
No, of
bunch
course
of
not.
office buildings.
Yeah, because in like the most recent Call of Duty,
Mm.
there's a bit in Piccadilly Circus, and because I go to Piccadilly Circus all the time, I was running around like, in the game. I was like, this is wrong, this is wrong, this shop is wrong. There's no library here. This is supposed to be this is supposed to be Boots. It's quite funny.
Yeah, you got to. I really do it. I mean, you can't deny it's difficult to do to recreate an entire place.
Well, no, I think they just did it on purpose because like everything was spot on, but they just changed it a bit. So like it's not like it would have been difficult.
That's I don't know. I think it would be nice if we did get to see full-on recreations because I actually remember playing a bit of Spider-Man PS4, and they recreated certain places in New York, but not everything,
Mm.
and that's a shame because there were certain places that I did try to visit because I'd been there when I went to New York a few years ago.
This mate, this bloke is weird. I hate this dude.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
What a good big brother. Was this Taron Egerton's big debut? Or was he in stuff before?
Yeah. He was in stuff before, but this is his like big. Oh, this dude's a good actor. Let's bring him in stuff because he was in like a bunch of English like Midsummer Murders and that sort of stuff, like TV.
I'm just keeping an eye out for that. But yeah, because I remember this. I don't remember him being in anything before this, but since then he's been like a high demand actor for certain roles.
I don't know why is this guy just pointing straight at them. It's like, come on, man, show some bloody.
Yeah, that was kind of stupid.
Yeah, I literally just realised that bloke is who just pointed at the table. He's in one of my favourite TV series. And I've never realised he was in this before.
Hmm. Do you know if this pub exists?
The outside of the pub is real, but the inside is a set.
Ah, damn it.
So I've been outside of it. I've been there. That's I don't remember where it was, but I've been there. But the inside of it is a set they made so that they could do all the action scenes.
Hmm. God damn it. Sorry, I was getting a call. Gotta admit, I've never done that, but that must be so fun.
I haven't. Oh, I haven't. Yeah.
Oh, good. The police finally showed up. It's quite fast, at least in movie terms. They've got cameras then on their cars, don't they? Cause I know his friends get away, but I'm surprised they didn't catch their faces.
Well, the other dude is in the back, isn't he?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
God, you got to commend the guy for good driving skills.
Well, I think that's the point. Like why they did it is because like.
Mm.
So it's like like it's not just he's really good at driving after he becomes a spy. It's like he's good at driving before because of.
Because he was in the army as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
You could also commend that little act there when he didn't run over the fox, because it shows that he's not willing to sacrifice the life of an animal, which does play in later. This guy, I know I've seen him in stuff, but I cannot for the life of me remember his name.
Who?
This actor, the interrogator.
Yeah, I don't know his name, but he's in really small bits in lots of stuff. Like he's in Harry Potter, he's in Ready Player One. He's in so much stuff.
Who does he play in Harry Potter?
Alecto Caro.
Who's that?
It's the in Deathly Hallows. It's the person who taught the dark arts.
I don't remember. Or was he
Again?
like a Death Eater? I think.
Yeah, him and his sister, the Death Eaters that take over defense against or the Dark Arts job. There's not defense against Dark
Okay.
Arts; they're just teaching Dark Arts. I like that they changed that. But we're not talking about Harry Potter. We're talking about Kingsman. Yeah, so I actually did this. It was so funny when I was doing this. I was like, oh, it's like in the movie.
Imagine if you did the call and then out of nowhere, Colin Firth was just standing right next to you.
That would have been strange because it's in my house.
Yeah, we're here to recruit you to Kingsman. One of these days, when I've got a free day off, I've got to try and visit as many notable film location sets in London as possible because I, I had so much fun when we did the Doctor Who one a few years ago, and I really want to try and see if I can do some more notable ones in films.
Oh, what the tour?
Yeah,
Yeah.
doesn't even have to be a tour, but I'd love to go to certain places like this. I mean, just this police station.
I mean, I wouldn't. This is probably in a bit of a sketchy bit of London, so I'm not going to go there. But like the bits that like in the second one. Oh, actually, no. In this one, Lock and Co, the hat place they go to.
Yeah.
That is on like a place called St James Street, which is actually where the second Kingsman shop is put up in the movie. So like that's a cool place because no one really knows it, but then now it's big because it's in Kingsman.
Hmm.
So stuff like that, like where it's like in central London, like in the proper like bit in the middle, the popular bit that isn't sketchy and this is nice, but it's like little bits out of sort of out of the way of normal, like where tourists don't go.
Hmm.
I think everyone knows this, but Colin Firth in preparation for Kingsman when they made Kingsman did 80% of his own stunts. So like
Yeah, I
he
recall
proper trained.
he trained for 6 full months all by
Yeah,
himself or something.
yeah, like proper training and like proper commitment, which I think is pretty cool. But I think everyone knows that already. So
You got to commend the gentleman attitude he has. It's lovely. Just like nodding his head. It's like, you get off. You got to also commend this scene too, because as cool as it is to display his skills as a Kingsman, he also never tries to kill them, because everything they do in this scene, they try to shoot him, they try to attack him. He's in full right of himself to defend himself. In
yeah,
risk
but
of
if he kills
hurting
someone, he'll
them,
go to prison.
and
Won't
he
he?
doesn't. Sorry. But yeah, what I was just saying is it's very clever how he doesn't kill anyone here. He's just like, yeah, knocking you out.
Thing is, right, that can't happen because if someone gets your teeth knocked out, you can't like look at it because it'll just go really quickly. I just think it's weird that I think it's a movie thing though.
Also, great use here of the camera. There, it's fast, but not, they're not cutting away too fast to make the scenes more fun or action orientated. Because the camera's following you. You get to see the action play out, and yet it's still got this great speed to it. It's not like trying to be like Iron Fist, where there's a cut every second.
Well, I mean, there is loads of cuts though, but it's amazing how like
It
the
flows
choreography.
well together.
Yeah, because I was watching like the behind the scenes of them like cutting the scene together, and they were like, "Oh, we've got it like almost finished, but there's a scene we could add in." It's like if they need to add in a scene, but how, and they already filmed it. It's like I don't understand how they can get all the shots done, like when they're filming. I find filmmaking like ridiculously difficult.
Oh yeah,
like, with all the
quite
shots and
difficult.
stuff. But yeah, it's amazing how good you like every single thing happening. You can see how it happens. It's not just like a series of random events. It just flows really well. I love that his hair is just like completely normal and fine, as if he hadn't been just moving around a bunch. Yeah, when he did that, I was like, well, clearly he's put a tracker on him or something like that, because it's like they wouldn't pan down to his hand if he didn't do anything.
I always do find it amazing though how they can. I'm sure they exist in some form in real life, but I do find it amazing how they're able to stick them to surfaces, especially when they can easily be wiped away if you just happen to have that itch at that corner of his shoulder or something.
Yeah, but it's a movie, so that's not going to happen, is it?
But what if it did?
But it didn't. This dude's the worst, like, dude.
Call the police.
The thing I find funny is that in this house they have a proper meat cleaver. It's like, I don't understand why they have a meat cleaver, because no normal household has got a meat cleaver.
Unless you're a chef.
Well, he's not a chef though. Clearly, he's a knobhead.
Well, you never know. Who's to say this guy isn't that crazy?
Look, why do they have a meat cleaver? I don't get it. It's a good job that Eggsy knows how to do parkour, otherwise he's fucked. See what I mean?
Yeah. I'm surprised we saw this place again because I don't recall this place ever being in a lot of films because it actually is quite a prominent place in not prominent I guess it's a very well known apartment place in London I think.
Yeah. I think it was made in the 60s.
The only time I recall seeing it was in an episode of Primeval and that was like
Oh, yeah.
2006 or something.
Yeah. But yeah, the real tailor is called Huntsman, and that was there before. So Kingsman, I don't know where Kingsman came from. If Kingsman was like just a coincidence, or if they were like, oh, Kingsman.
Well, the
sounds like
the prequel movie they're doing will probably explore the.
No,
the
I mean
origins of that.
I mean the why the writer chose Kingsman, not in canon.
Yeah, but the author probably chose it because he wanted to represent the king monarchs of like.
No, I'm talking about
the
like
crown.
in relation to the Huntsman. Like if it was just a coincidence that it's called Huntsman and Kingsman, or if they chose
in
it
that
because
case, yeah,
of Huntsman.
probably a likely coincidence.
Hmm.
Gotta say though, it would be cool if we found out in like a future Kingsman movie that there's a rogue faction, a former Kingsman called the Huntsman.
Nah,
Maybe they do the ungentleman stuff. You know, like the more brutal stuff. Again, as the Rogue Knight name implies.
Why is Eggsy watch My Fair Lady? I don't understand this.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I am surprised.
Bit of an inconvenient place to put your handprint there.
Yeah, then like if anyone goes in to get their suit done, it's just like, why is so many people put their hand on this mirror?
Yeah, why is this? What's this awkward handprint here? What happens if I do it? Oh, okay, the floor's
Well, that's a
moving.
weird thing to think. I mean, to think, oh, what if I do this? It's just no. It's more like, why has everyone put their hand on this exact spot? Do you know
Why
what I
does
mean?
no one clean it?
Yeah, I guess they probably do clean it. But, you know, it'd be funny if they didn't.
I just
Every time
realised
going like this,
that they're going down the back
it's a
cave.
filthy mirror. Yes.
It's the,
Yeah. Well, I guess if they do it and it's not Kingsman, if they'll get electric shock or something. Do you know what I mean?
no.
I think that the CGI in the back, like looks so awful. The the brick behind them. Like surely they could have done that better.
Yeah, what we were saying earlier, Colin Farrell, he rocks a suit. God damn it. I think he must be so proud to be in these movies, being able to look smart and kick ass now. Because I know he was mostly a you know, I kind of I don't know how to describe it, but he was in a lot of movies that was like Oscar nominees or like big acclaimed movies. Or he was in a lot of films that was just not very action oriented.
He was in lots of period. He's been lots of like period dramas. But yeah, this is like I think this is his like big action role. He doesn't really do action stuff. It's just more like drama. So yeah, I think he was pleased to be in this.
Yeah, do you know if he's doing anything new recently?
I mean, he was in 1917, wasn't he?
Oh yeah.
So I think that's probably the most recent thing.
Look at all this.
There's a yellow submarine down there in the bottom, like at the Beatles.
And it's all going to be blown up in the next movie.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah, isn't it?
I've got to say this now because again, it's probably going to be a long time before we watch that one. But what did you think of them blowing up the Kingsman place in the next movie? Do you think that was too much or too
yeah,
quick?
it was. I was like, oh, as soon as like, the film starts, everything's gone. It's like crying out loud. We didn't get to see all the cool Kingsman stuff. It's bloody all destroyed. And then they killed Roxy. Like Roxy is the best character. Spoilers, obviously, for the next movie. But Roxy is my favourite character in this. And I was like, oh, I can't wait to see what more we get with Roxy. And hopefully she'll like actually do some stuff in the field rather than be put to the side because she's the one that actually became the agent. But then they killed her. I was like, oh Christ. Why is that dude on the left got his legs so spread so far apart?
Yeah, probably how he stands. His reaction. It's like, what?
Mark Strong is so good in these movies.
Yeah.
I think Merlin is, apart from Roxy, Merlin is my favourite character.
Hello, I'll be your antagonist for the next two movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're the snooty British bastards.
He's wearing
Ooh, you're right, what's for the
a
next
Gryffindor
hour?
tie. The dude on the left.
Hmm. How much do you want to bet that was just the actor's own set tie that he bought on?
Nah, that's a he can't do that.
Yeah, you never know. I'm sure there's been some stories where an actor was just bought an extra piece of clothing or some a prop on set, and they happened to sneak it past, or they just convinced them to bring it on.
Sure. Why is half his face so skinny?
No idea.
I don't like he's got two collars on. Like he's got a bloody shirt on.
It's Sam Jackson.
Well, yeah, no, but he didn't dress himself, did he?
Yeah, probably.
Definitely, it's the Matthew. Do you know how movies work? People don't bring their clothes on to the set. The people they get told what to wear.
I know what you mean. I'm just saying it's not. I wouldn't say it's too out of the blue for an actor to want, or more likely an extra to want to bring something that's personal to them or own.
Yeah, but
set,
not
so they can look
the
back
main
at it.
people who have lines.
No, you'd be surprised. Again,
I would be because that's not how it works.
Yeah, whatever you believe in. But I just think, I'm sure there's going to be someone out there who's bought something of their own personal life or possession on set just for the excuse of, that's mine. So when I watch it back, that's mine. It's not a prop that I stole. This scene's great.
When they were making, yeah, well, as you say. When they were making the movie, Sam Jackson was the one that actually suggested he have a lisp.
Yeah, because apparently he didn't want to have a deformity or something, but he wanted to have something that would make the character stand out.
Yeah.
This scene, building the tension, great use of the music, and also apparently the actors didn't know this was meant to happen or something. So their reactions were genuine.
That's a lie. That's clearly wrong. Cause
no, not that way. I mean, it was planned, but something happened where it happened too early or something.
Oh, right, okay. Because they can't just say, oh yeah, we're gonna plunge them into water. They're not gonna know. That's like, oh Christ. But you think by looking at this, the water is rising up because that's what it's like in the movie. But actually, the whole set is like being put underwater, so they're going down rather than going up. So that's why the water looks like it's going up.
So that's why they were probably terrified because they're literally going to be drowning here.
Well, yeah, like they can't like get up because they are literally been plunged under. It's funny when Roxy says shower heads. I initially I thought she said shut up, Exy. And I was like, oh, bloody hell. But she says shower heads.
Yeah, apparently Taron Egerton also is very proud of this scene because this is the first time he got to show off his chest after all his months of workout, and you can't deny it. Yeah, he looks great.
Just his chest.
But again, the music here, it's great, building the tension. And you're wondering, how's he going to get out of this situation? Although I do admit, I find it hard to believe that, again, despite how strong he is, he's underwater, and yet he's able to do this. But at the same time, for all we know, the excuse could be made that, the glass is intentionally made to be easily broken if they figure this out, part of the test and all that. And again, add on the fact that there's water that's very strong pushing against the glass as well, so yeah.
The only thing I can imagine in this bit is that they're all just falling onto glass. Like they're all like half naked and they're falling on glass. How is Merlin not wet? Like surely all the water went in, how is he not wet? Teamwork.
Yeah, quite a brutal way to prove it. I really hope we see Mark Hamill in
yeah.
more stuff.
That's opposite the Albert Hall.
But yeah, he's a great actor, and he was wasted in Star Wars. So yeah, I really hope to see him in more prominent roles in films.
He was a pretty big part of the first three.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't even in the first one too much. Yeah, we're not getting to that.
He was the main character, mate. What are you on about?
Never mind. Let's not get into this because I don't want to.
I don't know why he's got blue on his face. Like, why is it blue and put an orange, not just red?
Yeah, I think it was part of the ratings, I guess, for the movie. But in universe, there's probably maybe there's some kind of like, I don't know, maybe the chemicals in the brain are altered because of the chip or something. But even then, that's like, nah, that doesn't make sense.
My colleague died.
And there's a panda.
Yeah, he's got loads of panda. Like it's like all of his houses. There's a bunch of different panda works. Like, why has he got a panda fetish?
Because art. And because Vernie. Got to commend him. He's got his good style, colour style.
Yeah, I was literally about to say that.
All the clothes he wears, there's always a colour consistency with him.
Yeah.
that line. Do I look like I give a fuck?
There's the X mansion. Did you know that all the boiler suits that they're wearing are inspired by Winston Churchill?
Really?
Mm-hmm. Because that's what he wore when he wasn't wearing a suit.
Aww.
There's 2 pugs, but only one person gets a pug. I don't get it. It's a bulldog, isn't it? If I was choosing, I'd probably go for a Labrador. Would you go for your cockapoo?
I love his smirk. You know you're meant to hate him, but like, yeah, come on, dude.
You never see what happens to Roxy's dog.
Yeah, the dog survives.
Oh, I know, but you just don't see what happened. Like, it's not in the next one. Like, it's not a big deal in the end of this one.
Yeah, that's the main thing. The main disappointing thing, I guess, because Roxy is not a prominent character, and
yeah.
I think the only thing is she could have been.
She could have been she could have been in the next one, like the counterpart to Eggsy. Like, they could have been like teamwork. They could have been like a good pairing in the next one, but they weren't.
Yeah, I mean,
she was just like demoted to sort of like Q sort of character.
Oh, poor dog.
Like, just the person in the chair. So I love that he points the gun at it. It's like, the dog doesn't know what a gun is. Why is that going to threaten it?
I remember doing that to Bella when I first got her.
You shot
her? No. But I remember when she was very little, we used to hold her in our coats when we were walking, and when she got tired.
Oh, right. I thought you meant aim a gun at her. I'm like, what did I do, mate?
Why would I get a gun?
Gun shop.
Go on a minute, I like him in white.
I think the orange one's the best look. I love his like fake beard.
Good on her. I do hate it when characters who are meant to stop the main character from getting into a fight, they just don't defend. It's nice to say, yeah, fuck off, mate. You're being an arsehole.
Look at that. It's such a rubbish beard.
Like this nice subtle bit here. If you notice his hair, it's gone longer. It's a nice little nod to the idea that to the fact really, that time has passed.
Oh yeah,
So he's clearly learning a lot of stuff in the field of
and it
Kingsman.
and his hair's also changed. Like his hairstyle is like how Harry's was.
Yeah, so he's clearly taking a lot of inspiration from the mentor.
This scene gets me because it's like they've got live rounds. They're shooting at other people. It's like, what if there was like they got the sort of aiming wrong and they shot and they hit the person? They could have just killed each other.
True, but then again, as I said earlier, passage of time, they've clearly done lots of stuff by then, so they've probably moved on to the point of we can use live ammunition.
But
So
they could have killed each
we're
other.
that confident in our skills. The trailer for this is great too. I mean, they combined this scene and then with this scene from earlier. Like, do I give a fuck?
This confused me because they didn't say what country he was from, and then they said this is Prime Minister. I'm like, why does the Prime Minister sound like Swedish? But it's because they're like Scandinavian. It's the Prime Minister of Scandinavia. Ah, right.
Did you honestly think she would become a recurring character?
Yeah, you wouldn't have guessed she would have been like one of the main characters in the next movie.
Hmm. Yeah, you got to commend them because they didn't go the Bond route where he has a girl every movie.
Yeah, it's
It's a
instant
nice
marriage.
Although I did find that a bit surprising though.
Yeah.
Because I thought, again, going into Kingsman 2 for a bit, I thought for sure the second movie would be a bit of a mission, and then come the third movie, you do the, I'm going to have a family, I'm going to settle down maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, questions for another day, I guess, but it did feel a bit rushed. Did I mention I love this henchman?
Yes. She's a dancer before this, so that's why she's like so good at all the movements.
Just a flesh wound.
I love that he's still trying, even though his arm's off. Like,
Yeah. A for effort.
oh my god, he's got an arm off! that's a Shaun of the Dead thing for you there.
Oh, Jesus Christ, oh, he's got an arm off!
Oh, fucking hell, he's got an arm off. I'm surprised he convinced so many people to get his, like, a chip in their neck. It's like, come on, man. Like, even the president and the royal family and everyone, like, it's like, yeah, why not? It's like, come on, Jesus Christ.
Mm. Again, going back to the trailer for this movie, I love how they also edited the bit where you've got the scene coming up and then they cut to the bit from the bar when they're fighting. He said, Jesus Christ, you blew his head off!
Yeah. This is such a funny bit. It's like, his reaction is just so funny. You blew his head. It's funny. And the other two are just so like unmoved by it. There's a bit coming up when they zoom into like a someone's neck on like a bit of footage from like a live stream or whatever it is, like a conference. But it's like they zoom in so close. It's like they as if they've got a 4K camera or something. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like look, it's this bit he's gonna watch.
So he's like, yeah, technology.
This bit is a bit ridiculous.
How did you notice that?
Look, it's a different picture. It's ridiculous. Christ.
Again, one more, I promise. No more stepping into Kingsman 2 territory. But yeah, did you know that he wasn't meant to die?
Yeah, there's a scene of him crawling out of the with no legs on.
Yeah, and he was meant to be at the wedding at the end of the film.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Out of
I
curiosity.
mean, it's ridiculous that he can't survive that, but I just wish he didn't die in the first place. Because he's the best character.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff they effed up with Kingsman 2.
Yeah, everyone died except for the main two. It's like, come on. And they Channing Tatum wasn't in enough. Because they were like, oh, big thing about him being in it. But he was in it for like a second and then he fucking went to sleep.
Yeah, like 10 minutes of screen time out of a 2-hour movie or something.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Well, that's enough for Kingsman 2.
If you give him a place on the poster, you've got to have more of a big role than just a 10-minute screen presence.
I think in the next one, they better have a more time for him. I think, if like the Americans are still going to be in it.
Although I still don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel about him joining the Kingsman service. Because again, I would have loved to have seen him more in his element.
Wasn't he? He became a Kingsman. That was weird.
Yeah, I remember when they started. Those set photos leaked.
Yeah.
People wanted. Oh,
he does not look good in a bowler hat. It's so funny.
He doesn't. Yeah, and I just thought. A lot of people thought, oh, is he going to try and infiltrate the Kingsman service, and that's how we're introduced to the Statesman? I thought, oh, that could be quite cool, but no, it's not. They kill off all the Kingsmen.
Yeah.
Again, another great sequence. You've got to commend that they actually. Well, I don't know if they actually filmed this, but they
did.
Got some. Well, yeah, they filmed skydivers, of course, but. These are likely not
do you mean
actors.
the people? Yeah, no, the actors I don't think did it because you can clearly see when he was jumping out of the plane, it was a fake head.
Yeah, but first time I watched this, I generally thought, they got the actors prepared to do this like Tom Cruise level full on stunt work. But yeah, they clearly didn't do all of it on their own. But it's a great scene. Also nice to see England from the sky camera up to the countryside. Yeah, I don't know why you just don't see that a lot in a lot of movies these days.
No, it's just every movie that goes to England is in London.
Yeah,
because that's the only thing that's the only part of England that any like movie shows is just London because nothing else exists.
I love his jumper. Jesus. I love his lines in this too.
Yeah, when you see their faces like on the actual like skydiver, it's just clearly a projection of their head stuck on. Like so, it looks way bigger. It's so funny. Like it doesn't take you out of the movie, but it's just like, yeah, that's not them.
Again, this soundtrack is great. And again, it's great at rising the tension. And you know they're not going to die, but you can't deny that you felt like, ooh, what's going to happen? even this scene, it's like, yeah, I dropped my coffee. I need to focus.
Thing is, right, I thought the point of this is so they're not on the radar, but the entire time they were on the radar. Like, the entire time, Merlin was just watching them.
Ooh, his poor shins.
Yeah, would they have not broken their ankles or something?
He probably would have stung a lot. Again, I would have loved to have seen these two stick together more. If they were going to kill her off, they should have killed her off in the third movie.
I was just hoping that, like, in the next one they find a way of her not being dead. But I think that's the problem with most people's problem with the second one is that they cured death. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
man, you can't come on. So like, I think if they did that for the third one, that would be a bit far, but it would be nice if she could come back.
Do you think? I mean, how would you have gotten around Harry Hart's return if you didn't want to bring him back to life? How would you have done it? Because I remember there was a lot of theories going around at the time.
Oh, bringing Harry back.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people were like, he'll come back as like a robot, or like it'll be like I don't remember. It's just, I mean, he's got a shot in the head, and you saw blood come out, so it's like clearly he died. But like some people were like, oh, the glasses were bulletproof. But it's like, I was thinking, oh yeah, the glasses could have been bulletproof, and the blood splatter was a fake one. That's the thing that I could have thought of. It's like, it's that simple. Well, no, because he was actually dead. So and they just wrapped some jello on his head, and they came back to life or something. So Christ, they did that twice.
Do they?
Yeah, they did it for him, and then they did it for
Oh yeah, Pedro Pascal's character.
Yeah, for the Mandalorian.
Mm. You got like he's almost. I don't think it's the identical one, but he's wearing the suit that James Bond wears in the poster for Skyfall.
The jacket is, the trousers aren't.
Hmm.
Because he's wearing like sort of tartan trousers. I like those trousers. Yeah, it's like a midnight blue jacket. I don't know why the emphasis on this was like, oh, it's going to be sinister. It's like, is it going to be someone's head or something? It's like, he came for dinner. Why would it be something bad?
Yeah, I guess the idea is that, yeah, did they know he's an agent? Because I think Bond has done that where they invite him to dinner or something, and then they like, oh, they've got guns in the pudding or something.
What? That's not a thing.
No, I think there's one Bond movie where they had it. Yeah, I remember that. It's in no, not Thunderball, but it's one of Sean Connery's films, and these guys put a bomb in a cake, and then literally bring out to him saying, and for dessert, a bomb de la supreme.
Wow.
I miss McDonald's.
I love what, like, I never pay attention to what they're talking about, because I'm just watching her make the food, because she's trying to do it like in a pretty posh way, but she's just really struggling. I don't know why this bit's in the movie, because I get it, because this is a spy movie, this sort of like a parody-ish, but it's like, why are they like trying to break the fourth wall?
No, I think it's nice.
Spy movies.
It's a nice little nod to the fact that, yeah, a lot of spy movies these days are the serious drama because Jason Bourne made it so popular. And don't forget that Bond was dominating the. I mean, this was after Skyfall and before Spectre kind of ruined the mood. So yeah, the big thing was serious spy movies, and this I think this was the first spy film that really kind of made you lay back and think, yeah, let's have fun while doing this.
But like, it's a good it's a good movie. It's a good spy movie, and it's fun, and it can be sort of like a good mix of like action and humor. But just I think like going as far as to say like to actually comment on that. I don't know. No, to me, it's a bit far, but I understand why they did it, but I probably wouldn't have done it if I was making it like put that reference in.
Mm. Do you know the story of why they cut his flashback scene? Because I don't recall the context, but I know there exists a deleted scene of him as a young man.
Yeah, when he was an agent.
Yeah,
I really wish they kept that in because I don't know if they actually finished the scene, but like, I guess Michael Caine would have filmed it and they de-aged him, but I don't think they finished like the scene because it was cut before they done all the CGI. So there's like a couple of stills of the de-aging. I think that's probably just to test that they can do it, but it just looks so cool because it looks like do you know Alfie the movie, or not Alfie, the Icarus Files? That's Michael Caine when he was much younger in like spy movies, and it's like, oh, I really wish they kept that in.
Can you remember the context of what the scene was about?
He was in. I don't remember what the context of the scene was, but he was in like someone's office, like a sort of bright yellow office, and he was aiming a gun at them, a gun at a person. But I don't know what it would. I reckon that probably in the context of this movie, that would have been when him and Eggsy were talking to each other. That was probably him telling him about one of his first missions or something.
So it was probably a variation of the scene from Daniel Craig's opening in his Casino Royale, where he kills a guy.
Just talking about what he did. But it might have been sort of like him trying to justify working with Valentine sort of thing. He was like, when I was younger, I did this, and then they go into a scene of when he did something a bit immoral, but I don't like this because I reckon they're holding it. I don't know when they film, but I reckon they're holding green pieces of paper because of how this shot works. Because that's not how photos work. Because there wasn't anyone taking a picture of her then, so that's not how. But like, I reckon they were holding bits of green paper when they were doing that shot. I think Eggsy on his shoes there's like wings, and I just hate it. It's so rubbish. Actually, I don't like any of Eggsy's clothes when he's like wearing just his own stuff.
Yeah, I think his shirt's alright, but the rest of it's a bit much. Although the colour of the jacket is quite nice.
I think there's gold bars on his jacket or something. This dude, the dude in white, the dude who is like supposed to be the villain, who isn't the villain. He's the Night King in Game of Thrones.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, they just put he was the first one when he was raising his arms. Is that season 6?
5, I think.
When he was raising his arms when they were at the island. Like the best looking Night King in my opinion was him. I think that's a pretty cool fact. What gets me is who was him in the club if all three of them look like him, like because they've all been hallucinated so that Harry looks like that dude and Arthur looks like that dude and whoever the other one was looks like that dude, but in the actual club was it that dude? Like was it the actual person or was it someone else? I'm like, who was it?
It was probably just one of them wearing the camouflage mask.
It's not Mission Impossible.
Dead, and the movie ends.
Yeah. That's a shame. I like his jacket. His coat. Yeah, look at his shoes. Like it's like Elton John, and that's funny because he plays Elton John, doesn't he?
Oh yeah.
And then Elton John is in the second one.
Poor bastard.
Much appreciated.
It's kind of funny actually because he would go on to play a spy in a
Imagine being told you were a disgrace by Michael
miniseries.
Caine.
Oh yeah,
Say
that
again?
would be painful. But yeah, I was just saying it's kind of funny. He ended up becoming a very good spy in another British TV series a few years later.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I always do wonder, do you think they might ever explore his father's backstory in the third movie?
No, because he wouldn't really have that much of a backstory because the mission he died on was his first mission.
True, but who's to say?
That was his test mission, wasn't it?
Yeah, but who's to say? I mean, I have this idea that how cool would it be? Because I don't know if this is still on the cards, but apparently Matthew Vaughn said that he wants Dwayne Johnson to be the villain of the movie or something.
Oh, yeah.
And that'd be interesting. I can't recall the last time he played a villain, unless maybe Dune, maybe.
Well, he's going to be Black Adam, isn't he?
Yeah, that's an anti-hero, and he's like the protagonist of that movie. Yeah, so he's likely going to have some appeal to him as a character. He's not going to be a full-on, I'm killing people, or whatever. But how cool would it be if maybe Eggsy's father puts that character, that villain away, and then come the third movie, it's like, I'm out for revenge. I'm here to kill your kid, or something, like disgrace his name or something.
But he's dead.
No, yeah, his son disgraced the family name.
I mean,
that's just one thing you could do for the story.
But his dad didn't put anyone away because his first mission was the one he died on.
No, but I'm saying, what if maybe part of Eggsy's father's backstory is that during his early years in the Kingsman, he could have.
He wasn't in the Kingsman.
It wasn't he? I thought he
no,
was.
The first mission. I keep saying the first mission. The first mission that Eggsy's dad did was the mission he died on.
Oh, okay. Well, I got in my head that he'd been a Kingsman for a few years.
No, because they say when he dies they say welcome to Kingsman Lancelot to the other dude because it was going to be one of those two guys and it was the one who didn't.
Although
die.
who's to say that? I'm forgetting it. So you're probably right, but I mean, is there a rule when you can join the Kingsman organization? Do you have to be quite young?
Well, that was ages ago. That was a flashback. So when Eggsy was like 6 or something. So that was ages ago.
Yeah, so his father would have been like maybe 20s to 30s or something.
Mm.
But do we know how old he was when he joined Kingsman?
No.
I'm just saying. I mean, in the context of my idea, I assumed that he would have been a Kingsman agent for a few years, and maybe.
Yeah, well, I'm sure in the context of your idea, anything
joining.
can happen, but that's not the context of the movie, though.
Oh, no, whatever. Look, and Colin rocks these suits.
This makes me laugh. How the if you go down to the big old tube thing, that's like a proper biometric hand scanner, and if then you have to be a Kingsman. But with this one, it's literally just a lever to get into the gun room, which I think is a whole lot worse. If someone just came in and accidentally put their coat on the hook a bit hard and was like, "Oh fuck, there's a bunch of guns in here."
Yeah.
Because look how easy it is. So someone could have just put a heavy coat on it and would have done it. But this is the best room. This is my favourite part of the movie, I think.
This will be our cue and scene for the movie.
Oh, it's so funny. A little bit of context here. I made a Kingsman Instagram fan page when the first Kingsman movie came out because there wasn't one already, and I was like, I guess if there isn't one I can follow, I'll make one myself. And eventually I got a bunch of followers. So I got about maximum. I think I got 13,000 followers. So loads of people tag me and stuff. But there was a company who make the replica Kingsman pistol, but as like a BB gun, and they tagged me in a bunch of their stuff, like, trying to promote it. And I was like, oh, can you send me one? Can you send me one for free? And I'll like tag you and stuff. And they were like, are you the official page? And I was like, no, but can you still send me one? They were like, nah. And I was like, fair play.
Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool though.
Yeah. That board must have been messed up for all the people like kicking their knife into it.
Yeah, be careful where you put your feet.
Yeah, and I never realised when they were talking about this, they said that there's a neurotoxin in the knife, because I didn't register that in my head when they said it. So when Eggsy kicked when he kicks Gazelle and like stabs her, and I was like, what the bloody hell, she gone green? Because I thought it was literally just a knife, because I didn't realise it was poisoned. And I was like, why the fuck is she green? My mate the other day got his granddad's signet ring, and I got it resized, and I'm like, oh, that is so cool. And I was like, oh, that's such a Kingsman thing. I'm like, that's so cool.
I bought a signet ring at a church fair once. I remember wearing it because I really loved it, and then I was chucking stones in the sea at one point, and it flew off into the sea.
Deep.
I spent a good 10 minutes trying to fish it out, but I could never find it. So somewhere out in Bognor Regis, there's a signet ring, and if anyone finds it, please somehow let me know.
Oh, by now it's probably been like misshapen and worn, and it probably doesn't resemble a ring anymore.
Yeah, someone will probably find it 50 years from now. Or maybe Aquaman's found it.
I love that he kept this his cap on the entire time. I was literally about to say, it's such a coincidence that he went to Kingsman to get his suit done. I was like, oh yeah, he realised that the Kingsman is, what is the spy group, so of course he went there.
You got to commend also how these two, their first meeting, they're just staring.
One day I'm going to get a tailored suit, and I'm going to be so happy. Yeah, so that's where the new Kingsman shop is, like right next to the shop.
Was that in Kingsman 2 as well?
Yeah.
So is that where the new base is meant to be?
Yeah. And that's the one.
You're gonna love the cigar case on the side.
Say again?
You gotta love the cigar set on the side.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. It's like from outside it's just a regular cab, but inside it's like the poshest thing you could possibly be in, with like whiskey and cigars and stuff.
I've never seen 24. Must be good though if it's lasted this long.
It's funny how there's loads of spies that've got JB as their initials.
Yeah. Fun bit of trivia, I don't know if you know this, but apparently Matthew Vaughn, when he was writing the script for this, originally he did want them to kill the dogs. But he realised after looking over the script that he realised, people will probably be turned off to the organisation if we kill dogs, so we cut it.
The thing is, I don't remember what the lesson that they're supposed to learn here is, but surely the lesson is they shouldn't kill him because it's like an order they disagree with.
I think the lesson was meant to learn that we're willing to go this far, especially when the world is at stake. So regardless of, let's say if you find out the antagonist of your mission is like someone you formerly cared about or loved, you're willing to put them down for the sake of the world. So when you're cared for a dog, and
I guess fair enough.
You know it. You feel that pain. So what he's doing here, you're not winning any favors, mate. Although that good flip there.
That decanter in the background is really expensive. The one that's right there, it is so expensive because they sell it the Kingsman one in the shop, and it's like $1,000.
God damn it! I just remembered in Kingsman 2 they kill the dog. God damn it.
Yep, and then they get another one.
God damn. Yeah, I remember now. I hate Kingsman 2.
I like it because I'm very sort of biased, but everyone I know hates it.
Well, yeah, I guess hate's a strong word.
But for me, it's just more Kingsman. So I'm like, yay, more Kingsman.
Yeah,
my favourite gadget is the briefcase machine gun. Like, I love that.
Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, I gotta say, a lot of, again, I think we mentioned it in the last commentary. It does fall into the slot of movies that feel like they tried to do too much in the second act of the trilogy.
Hmm.
It's not all complete bad, because there was some stuff in there that I did enjoy, but yeah, it could have been much better.
The thing that pisses me off about every single so far both Kingsman movies is about wanting to, like, the main villain wants to just kill everyone. Like, I want the next one not to be such a I guess they can't really go lower the stakes from world domination, can they? But like, to have 3 movies in a row where the villain essentially wants the same thing. It's like, come on, can you have a different motive for the villain in the next one?
Yeah, exactly.
I hope.
Going back to what I said, I think it would be cool if they make it more of a personal story. So when the third movie happens, whoever the antagonist is, I think it should be more closer to home, because they've killed off Harry already.
I was thinking that if they can make Roxy, they can find a way of Roxy to survive. Maybe she could be the villain.
Oh no.
Never mind. From that reaction, I guess maybe not.
Well, yeah, I don't disagree in full-heartedly, but
from that noise, it sounds like you do.
No. I guess more just like, how would you make her justifiably hate the Kingsman organization? Because from everything she's gone through with Eggsy, although now that you say that, it would be cool if maybe she's trying to destroy Kingsman, but spare Eggsy. So maybe it could be that level of like, join me. Or something.
Right.
Like Darth Vader, join me. But yeah, I just think that the best kind of story that I would do if I was given the reins of the writers is to have the villain basically be again, in context of my idea for his father, well, Eggsy's father, he was an agent for a while before he died, so maybe he fought this villain in the past. So come Kingsman 3.
Well, that's what I was actually thinking, because and it's a good way that they can involve the Arthur flashback. Is what if when the person that Arthur was talking to becomes the villain or something like that, and that flashback can actually be used, and that they just need to finish that mission.
Yeah, or Arthur's got a brother, something like that.
Yeah, more Michael Caine.
Yeah, but yeah, I just think that it would be cool if the antagonist hates Eggsy's father, so he goes after Eggsy, and then the movie, considering the father-son, mentor-student relationship that's been built over this trilogy with Eggsy and Harry, it would make sense that he would target Harry.
Yeah, but Harry's already been the target, and then he died, and then he came back to life. So I get it. I see that, but that's probably they can't really do it with the dad thing, because the dad wasn't didn't have that much experience, I think, in like Kingsman, and also why would someone care about killing their kid when he's already dead? So he's dead. That's sort of fine for the villain. But like this is sort of the thing we're thinking of for a villain is sort of like what they did with Charlie, how Charlie sort of in the second one hates Kingsman and then became the villain for a bit before he got his arm ripped off. Did he die? What happened to I haven't seen that one in ages.
Yeah, he died. Yeah, Eggsy chokes him or something.
Right. Oi oi.
This scene is amazing.
This is such a satisfying scene, because like if they had just done a different group of people, it would have been horrible. But because this homophobic, racist, other bad words. This is like the worst group of people that could possibly be like together, and it's like for all of them to die. That's sort of like, okay, I could see that. I'm not too mortified by all these deaths. In the nicest possible way. That sounds horrible.
This guy, I swear he's been in something before. I just
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. He's been Doctor Who. He was the in
Oh wait,
the Dalek episode.
He was Van Staten, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, did recognise him without hair. Well, he had hair in the episode, but it's like very, almost bald.
I remember that bit when he just moved his hand was in the trailer, and that was in like I don't know why, but that's the bit I remember from the trailer the most because it's sort of like a really good edited thing. Very interesting.
I love his response.
I memorised that when that came out, and I just said it to everyone at school, and they were like, "Wow, you remembered the whole thing? That's amazing!" I'm like, "I know, I'm so cool." That was ages ago. That was like 2014 or something, wasn't it? When this came out. Yeah, because I remember what I do is I would in school, in all my books and maybe on some of the tables, I just draw the K like in the circle. Because I was like, "Oh, I'm bad. I drew the K on it." And this is like such a good song.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's so many cuts in this. That's a cut. That's a cut. That's a cut. Anytime like the screen sort of wipes or someone goes completely over the screen, that's a cut. Because it looks like it's done in one take, but it's like so many.
Yeah. But it still flows very well.
That's the point.
It's one shot.
That's the point of it, but like you can see all the different cuts when someone just goes across the whole screen. But it's very clever. It's very well done. This scene. Well, this whole movie is very well done.
Ooh.
But there's a bit where he chucks a grenade in someone's pocket, and I think he throws them against a wall, but you can clearly see it's a dummy. It's so funny.
What's great about this scene, not only just as in execution, is that it shows how deadly the Kingsman can be. Because again, earlier in the movie, during the bar fight, he was making sure not to kill anyone. He was just deflecting their attacks and knocking them out. This shows that the Kingsman lot can be brutal. And even though we're cheering in the song right now.
That's the whole point of this scene, like because it's like, if the Kingsman agent is forced to kill everyone, he's the one that will survive because he's like the best trained, and this is how far they can go. But obviously they wouldn't normally.
Ooh. Does it make you wonder if we're going to get a similar scene in the Kingsmen, the prequel coming out soon? Because I gotta admit, I would love to see almost like the first ever for like kill list or whatever of how this began or something. And what kind of stuff do you want to see in the Kingsman film, the prequel?
That's a good question. I guess like them just like, because you can see, I think in the trailer that the headquarters is just a room, like that's all they have. But so like to see them actually like, and on this bit he puts the grenade in his pocket and then he chucks him against the wall. But it's clearly a dummy. Like, look. Oh, it's so funny. So in the new one, or the prequel, just how they sort of get how they sort of progress from like nothing to like the full-fledged Kingsman. Like obviously how far they get in that movie, or how much they make, like the weapons and the base and the vehicles and stuff. But just all the stuff from like the 20s, is it set in the 20s? Set in World War One. Oh yeah, in the 10s and 20s, to see what just all the old equivalents of the Kingsman weapons that we see in these movies. What about you?
What a way to go.
Yeah, I love it. He can stab him with a gun.
But yeah, I think what I would love to see. Again, I said I would love to see what they do. I guess more so, I'm looking forward to seeing the origin stuff to the Kingsman play out. But also, I would love to see if they will recreate something like this to show us the full might and power and raw danger of a Kingsman for the first time.
I don't think they'll have that this sort of level of action because they haven't sort of trained people enough because they've only just started in when the first one happened. So
No, but it's got to start from somewhere. So I think it would be
yeah.
cool just to see like the first.
Oh yeah, I know,
one.
but they're gonna they wouldn't have this much sort of training at the beginning, but that would be like after a while. So I don't think there'll be this level of action. I don't think, but there'll probably be some sort of equivalent scene. Because that's the sort of big bit of all the Kingsman, like the big bits of all the Kingsman movies is the one big fight scene. So like this one and in the next one, it was the one in set to Elton John music. So there must be some sort of big fight scene. But I think because in the trailers there looks like there's a fight scene between one of the Russian. I think it's Russian. The Russian villain when he's sort of spinning around with a sword. So that might be that scene. And that dude is actually Luna Lovegood's dad. Oh yeah, don't worry about it. He'll come back in a couple of minutes with some gel around his head.
Yeah, you got to admit though, it's despite what happens in Kingsman
It was
2.
such a shock though when you watch this, because he's the main character, and they just kill him. He's just dead.
Yeah.
It's like what?
Even though it does fall into the mentor dies trope, it's just you've been with this character throughout the entire movie, so you think he would at least take a back seat but not die.
Yeah, exactly. Because he is the mentor, but he's like the main character.
Yeah, I mean, again, you kind of expect them to kill him off in like the second movie, like again, all this stuff is the kind of stuff you'd expect, but at the same time, it's just put off so well for this movie. And again, at the end of the day, this is Eggsy's story, so it makes so much more sense, and you feel the pain because again, he looked up to him, his mentor, and the fact that the last time he spoke to him, he let him down.
But it also, I remember when I watched this for the first time, it raises the stakes so much more than like a normal movie, because you see the main character die, and then later on Arthur dies, and then a bunch of other people like die. So when it comes to the last scene, and like with Eggsy and Merlin, I was like, Eggsy's not going to die, but I was like, oh, Merlin could die, like, and I was really actually like scared for Merlin, but then he didn't, and then he did in the next one. I'm like, no, but at the end of this one, it was like, oh, is Merlin going to die? Because it's very feasible that he can, because they've just killed everyone else, but they didn't, so that's alright. Oh, there's a queen in the background. I just noticed that for the first time.
God save the Queen. I gotta admit, just by him being a bad guy, there's a part after just watching that scene. There's a part of me that felt, oh, why couldn't you be a good guy?
Well, this dude, Arthur.
Yeah, Michael Caine.
I had the same feeling, because it's like Michael Caine's the best, but then he turns into the villain. It's like, oh no. But I love it because he's supposed to be sort of posh in this bit, and then when he dies, he turns really like sort of common. I think
Yeah, I
that's quite
guess
funny.
I think the idea was meant to imply that maybe he didn't come from a fully
Yeah.
posh background. So there's a story there.
Do you reckon in the Kingsman they'll have those pictures of the founders? They'll try and recreate those people.
Yeah, I think so. 'Cause I think there's a scene in the trailer, the first trailer for the Kingsmen, where you see a group of Kingsmen at a table banging their fists or something. So I think there's
I
got
don't
to
think
be maybe like
that's
a
not the Kingsman.
passing
I think that's the
reference.
enemies.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I think that we're definitely going to see like an extra just having his photo taken or something, or in an office talking with the main
Or
character.
having the painting done.
Yeah, or Ralph, or maybe Ralph Fiennes is actually going to be one of those characters, and they just like I don't know, they just make them like
Maybe.
recreate the photo, they just make us think it looks like him. Yeah, I agree with you, Harry, from earlier. 2 movies in a row destroy the world to save the world. The third movie has got to be more personal. So
Yeah. And I
I,
don't know
I
if they
think
should bother with a world domination or like a world at stake thing, or if they should just do like, because in like sort of like because they're going from James Bond movies. Not every single James Bond movie is trying to take over the world. It's like some people are just trying to get money from like oil or property or something. Not everyone's trying to kill everyone and become the leader of the world. So I think they should do some sort of. They shouldn't do like a boring. Like so many James Bond movies are it's like kind of boring, like the villains' motives. Like I was watching was it Tomorrow Never Dies, and the point of that movie is a dude is trying to get money from like making newspaper articles. It's like, come on, man, that is so boring.
yeah,
So like if
I
they
just
can
think
get the villain to do something interesting in the next one, but like not try and kill everyone in the world.
yeah. Oh, this bit. To Christian cinema sins, pen surgery. Oh
Yeah, this
God.
bit's kind of horrible.
Oh,
Eh, how do you get such a clean cut with a pen?
I know. V Day. I like her jacket.
Hmm. Yeah, I like her style in this scene. It's cool.
I do wonder if we'll ever get another Bond movie that has Bond Q and another agent teaming up.
Well, that's what's going to happen in No Time to Die, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, because like they see Q in like a house or something.
Yeah, but is he gonna get in the the big fight or something? I don't know. I mean, the only coming to mind, the only Bond film I can remember that had him part of the fight was in Octopussy, and that was just him running a balloon.
Well, it wasn't he wasn't in the fight per se, but he was like in the action in Spectre.
Spectre. Naturally. That's a nice shot.
I love the way she shakes her head. It's sort of like a pigeon. Thing is about this, right? If they don't get permission to land, they'll just crash into the thing because they're aiming right at it, and they only grant him permission like as soon as he is about to land. So what if he doesn't get permission? They'll just kill him straight away. And that annoys me how the actual person who became an agent the legitimate way is doing the simple task that doesn't require sort of any skill, and then Eggsy, the one who didn't make it, is doing the proper spy mission. Like, surely it should be the other way around.
Yeah, you can't deny though that her job isn't exactly easy.
Well, but it's the sort of job you'd put to you give Eggsy, because it's not like it's all he has to do is go up and destroy a satellite, come back down. But Eggsy has to go in and like infiltrate the place and do the actual difficult job that that Roxy should have done.
True, but taking into this for account though, they established earlier in the movie that she gets a hunting dog, and I think I don't know. I can't remember if they did mention anything about her being a good shot at all. But you could argue that maybe, again, I'm not trying to justify it, but maybe you could look into it as them saying she's the best shooter in the team. So
yeah, but
she
doesn't aim the thing. I don't think. I think it just sort of.
She does, but the balloon like almost blows up, which is why it's the tense bit of, oh, is she gonna get the mark or not? You could argue maybe they chose her for the mission because she's a guaranteed good shot.
No, they chose it because Eggsy's the.
Oh yeah, that's of course
the
why
main
they chose it for
character,
the movie.
and she has
But you
to
could
get out of the
argue
way.
You could argue for an in-movie universe excuse. They did it because she's the likely one to aim for her target. And actually, again, considering he didn't pass the program, they probably relied. He had some experience in the army too. They probably had him more in the field. That park, I vaguely remember. I think I might have been there at one point. I would have loved it if they actually got some celebrities in this shot.
Yeah.
Take away the music in this scene, it'd probably be a bit awkward. Nice watch. I owned a tie like that. Still
I've got
do
that
actually.
tie.
Me too.
Not the exact tie, but someone gave me a replica.
Hmm. Terrifying.
But you see why this is the job for Eggsy, because it's like nothing's really happening. I'm going to keep going on about it because it really pisses me off that Roxy doesn't do more.
Yeah. I mean, that's the one thing I can agree with. Is like she should have gotten more to do. You've completed your transformation.
And I love it that in the next one it's sort of like the other way around, because it's going to be when Merlin does his bit as the Kingsman and he wears the suit and he says the sort of same line, but then he fucking dies.
Mm.
They robbed us of Merlin doing some spy stuff.
I really don't. I love Merlin, but I really do hope they don't try and bring him back to life in the third one. At the end of the day,
I can see them doing that.
Yeah, but you fucked it up already. You don't try and Luke Skywalker it like in
Yeah.
Last Jedi. Rise of Skywalker. You're just gonna prove the point home that you shouldn't have killed him off. You're not Michael Caine. Must be cool having the last name King.
I love Eggs used to sort of like it's like smirking the whole time.
That's a cool plane. Remind me if you know what did he say his new job was?
Valet.
Ballet. What does that entail?
Getting all his stuff. Like getting his bags and stuff.
Oh, okay. Shaken, not stirred.
He never gets that drink. Does he?
I think he does. I just don't think they show him getting it. Yeah, there it is. Yes, they sort of do.
Oh yeah, there it is. Never mind. And no one sees this.
Yeah.
Like none of those people down there.
Yeah, Sam Jackson has great
punch.
lines in this.
I think is it this? There's a bit where he jumps on the walls, and I remember that bit from the trailer, like
Yeah.
ages ago.
You recommend that scene's it follows up the scene from earlier when she struggled with the parachute sequence. Now she's able to do it all by herself.
Mm. All by herself.
Oh, that must be dizzying. That's a cool shot. Or cool angle. if Kingsman was VR.
That's exactly.
Surprised.
But when I saw that, I was like, "Whoa! Wouldn't it be cool if that was like a game like that?" Right, this is the bit I remember from the trailer.
Another great one. Yay!
Seeing Merlin with that gun just makes you want to play Call of Duty again. Because I've got that gun in that game.
Famous last words.
I love this bit. Get in here! I love it.
It's like, God damn it. It's like, this is mine. You get your own.
It's like, come on, guys. Like, I get it, it's a cool, like, fancy scene and everything, but the world's at stake here. You're on a bit of a time limit. Come on.
I do wonder.
E-Man,
Do you think
is that Elon Musk?
probably
Do you reckon?
makes sense now? I guess. I was just gonna say. I wonder if E could be the villain for the third film. It's like meet that one guy
Yeah, but
who.
who the fuck is he talking to if everyone he's friends with is in his bunker?
Yeah, he probably has a base of his own.
Oh, maybe, yeah. He did say there's some people in their own places.
He would go, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah, this bit, I was like, oh, fuck. Merlin's gonna die. And then when they bring the gun out, I was like, oh no, definitely Merlin's gonna die this bit. And he didn't die. It was amazing.
Cool slide.
Like Han Solo.
Guys, aim for the legs.
Just shoot his feet. Is he putting... Oh no, fucking hell. Did you see that dude's head explode? I really want to get one of those lighters. Because they're really expensive, but they were so cool.
Has James Bond ever said that before? I was like, I'm fucked. Again, probably multiple times I've said this already, but the music in this is amazing. I just realised that those chime bells. It's like bingo.
And here's Merlin just gonna commit genocide.
Yeah, yes, please.
Good job he did it. That's just like when he did. Otherwise, it even exploded.
Gotta say, what a way to go.
Why on earth have they got fireworks in their head?
Because it's artistic, and because we can't show in our rating.
Yeah. And it's nice that they did it all in a nice sort of like synchronized display.
Hmm.
Oh, there's Obama. I think.
Or, just imagine your last minutes being a toast.
And I think this is supposed to be the English royal family.
Ooh.
Well, I'm surprised Exy's mum was like, oh yeah, sure, let's lock my daughter in the bloody... What's it, son?
Yeah. No, his
Is it
daughter.
I can't believe... He's like, oh yeah, let's lock my daughter in the room. With like, just from the words of this random person.
Yeah, maybe Eggsy said that if she was a friend or something.
But think about it, right? So in this one, we see that because she knows about it, she's like locked her daughter away. But the amount of babies that are just dead. Do you know what I mean? Like, I like this bit. It's very good. But like, a mum is holding a baby, and when it goes off, they just snaps her neck instantly. Like, do you know what I mean? There's so many dead babies and dead children in this universe.
Yeah. Just thought I'd ask randomly, but does your scene include the bit where she said, "If you save the world, will you do me?"
Yeah.
Oh shit! God damn it! Mine didn't.
Why?
I don't know. He said, "Gotta save the world," and it just cut to her face, and then he said, "I'll be right back."
Huh.
That's
So
annoying.
I guess mine's sort of skipped ahead from yours then. Or no, yours is probably lagged behind. I can't remember how it works.
Yeah, I've probably got some weirdly edited one. God damn it! We'll probably have to do this one all over again.
No.
Just annoying. It means I'm probably a bit ahead of you now.
Yeah, that's fine. I love in this
Well,
bit he uses the gun to shield his face when surely she could have just shot his stomach or any other bit of his body that isn't where the gun is.
true. That's cool though. Gotta say, this is probably my favorite fight out of the movie.
Everyone says that, but I really don't like this fight. I can't be bothered. Like, I can't be arsed with it. Do you know what I mean? It's just a bit of like,
I think I honestly like it because it's got a great song in the background, but it's also got two of the characters that they've already established are very good fighters, and they're going at it. And adding on that this is the climax of the movie, it feels like this is what's been building up to it.
yeah.
So I think it's just, I mean, the fight in the church is amazing, but I think this one definitely delivers on, the umph of the end of the movie. Win the fight. And the song's great.
Baby, give it up, baby, give it up.
I guess we are in sync.
Oh, good.
Thank God. I still don't know how to explain that weird cut, but yeah.
So yours probably won't have the actual shots in the movie if they cut out the word.
Mm.
That's weird.
Was that a tiger roar?
You can see all the like the dummies of people without their heads. It's kind of horrible.
Yeah.
This bit, I think, is just a bit ridiculous.
It is, yeah. Look, convenient with the shoe knife, but wow.
But look at it. Look, he's like almost horizontal. This is like.
I'm honestly surprised he didn't get her in the stomach, or in a worse place.
And he gets her in the arm, kind of.
That was
But yeah,
my favourite
because
tie.
like I said, I missed the bit where they said that the knife had poison. I was like, why is that arm gone green for?
A little head tilt. And thus she died and went on to become the mummy.
Yeah.
Oh, meanwhile, in 28 Days Later, or Resident Evil.
Think about sorry. All the people who were just doing it when this happened, and they started killing each other when they were doing it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they must have been one of the worst days of their lives.
Or best, depending on their preferences.
Ooh. Ooh, what a way to go. Ugh.
I mean, it's good that Eggsy has so much bloody power in his swing that he could actually do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if anyone else tried that, it would like they wouldn't be able to get it so straight or like be able to go through him.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and you.
Oh yeah, and there's Roxy just in the middle of nowhere. How's she gonna get back home?
They'll probably fly the plane to her.
You'd hope. She has to just wait around for about however long Iggsy's doing it for them to leave, and then she's going to sit in the snow for about an hour.
They get her, she's frozen to death. Oops. Okay, let's just get out of here.
Look at all the headless corpses.
Yeah, this ain't that kind of movie, love. Sam Jackson must have had a baller with this one too.
Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, he's been in so many. He's been in so many serious to very comedy MCU movies. It must have been fun for him to play a villain, and in this kind of movie.
I mean, he's been a sort of anti, like not like the villain, but he's been like an anti-hero in lots of movies, I think.
Yeah, I can't remember. I'm sure he's played some villains in lesser movies or movies that aren't well known. But
Well, Pulp Fiction. It's not really a good guy in that, is he?
no, he's an anti-hero. He works for a mob boss or something.
I love that this scene. Merlin's looking at his computer and he's like, "Oh, I'll tell Lexi the thing. I'll watch him go in this room." Then he's like, "Oh, I'm surprised this is happening." It's like, mate, what do you think was going to happen?
Yeah, there's a nice little parody of the Bond gets the girl at the end thing.
I love Lexi's little like smirk he has. Nice. I like this song.
Yeah.
I want to see who's made the music. If it will say now. Henry Jackman, that's the one. Henry Jackman did some of the X-Men as well. He's a very good composer.
Good on him. It's like poetry. It rhymes.
I love this bit. They're just like, oh fuck, what's happening here?
How has he not got any scratches? And their bodies were never seen again.
No, they're like, fuck this shit, I'm out of here. Yay, very good.
And
Nice
I've got to say, I love this song too.
This is Take That. Take That do lots of songs for Matthew Vaughn movies. Well, they done a couple.
So that was Kingsman.
Was it? Are you sure? I don't really notice.
So, after a while of viewing, how would you say the movie holds up, mate?
I bloody love it, and I don't think, apart from all like the obvious things that like you can tell like movie stuff, I think it's just a. And there's some things that just like the exploding heads and some of the like a bit of the like the really flamboyant sort of stuff. It's like takes you a bit out of it. But apart from that, like I just love the sort of the world of it, like how sort of in depth everything is, like all the characters and how it's like Knights of the Round Table themed and all the different stuff. So I am looking forward to see how it all started in the prequel.
Yeah, as for me, I not too much to say because yeah, you're the resident Kingsman fan here, but I gotta say for a first movie, it definitely holds up, and even some of the stuff that doesn't age well in terms of the CG backgrounds or the some of the shots. Everything else works so well in terms of the cast, in terms of the premise. Some of it's quite simple, but some of it flips on its head, makes you unexpected, and it makes you really anticipate what could happen next. I think it's a really good movie, and I can see why Matthew Vaughn is as good as he is, and it is a shame in the long run that he didn't do as good in the next one. And who knows? But I'll say this though, it makes you wonder. He could bounce back, and the upcoming Kingsman prequel could actually be amazing.
The third one's supposed to be out? Like, and do you know if they've started writing it or anything?
I know that he said that they were originally going to film it back to back with the prequel movie.
Oh yeah.
But they changed plans with that, and they've now said we're filming the prequel. The moment that's done, then we're going to focus on filming the third film. So, as of now, I'd imagine they've finished the script, or at least he's gotten portions of it ready. But he's likely got the idea of what's going to happen in the end, and they're going to likely start filming it maybe next year. Because again, I think the film was meant to come out a year after the prequel. So we can maybe expect it in a few years. But I think it's on the cards to be with us. We're going to have Kingsman 3 within the next 3 to 5 years. And I've also heard recently they're doing a TV series, so that'll be interesting. Yeah, I think they announced a TV show, a live action show.
Like a live action one? With who?
Yeah. They haven't confirmed any cast, but apparently it's going to be...
No, I mean, like, what's it going to be on? Like, Netflix
I don't know. I just remember reading somewhere that they announced a TV series in the works, but it's very early stages.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to come with the Kingsman brand, so it's not dead yet. to quote Monty Python. But yeah,
I'm still alive.
It's a bit of a fun episode. But yeah, this has been a fun one, mate. Thanks. Yeah. I apologise in advance to everyone listening, probably because I've clearly got the censored version of this film because they clearly cut out the scene where she talks about will you do me, and then the scene at the end when it shows her backside. Mine's just zoomed in for some reason.
Yeah, I've seen one that's like that. It's like they do that on the telly version of it.
God damn it! So yeah, I have no idea if this is going to affect the last portion of the movie.
No, I don't think it will do.
I hope not, because there's points in this video where it sounds like you might be a bit behind me, but I don't know, I'll see if I can salvage it in editing, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, these things happen, and if not, I'm probably just worrying about it for nothing. I might even just cut all this conversation out if it works out in the end. But yeah, this has been a fun one, mate.
Excellent.
So, thanks again.
Well, thanks everybody for watching us watch a movie.
Yeah, hope you enjoyed, and we hope to see you again in another one. Ciao.
Ta-ta for now.